pessoal do YouTube, aqui quem fala é o Suival em mais um episódio de Honkai Star Rail 64. E no último vídeo a gente parou nesse exato lugar depois de uma luta contra um cara de armadura que eu esqueci o nome. Mais uma vez esquecendo. Primeiramente, eu vou ter que curar os meus personagens. Não. Vou com esse time por enquanto. Por enquanto. Agora eu vou conversar com a CISNE negro. Mais um pássaro novo. Até... Tá. Uma bolha. Tá, vamos falar com ela antes que eu perca o foco. Bora.
My. You look like a small injured animal. Are you still willing to talk to me? Of course, I'm still willing to be your psychotherapist.
E eu tenho escolha, Cisne negro. É claro que não, né?
I still believe that Miss Firefly's situation is deeply connected with the Stellaron Hunter, just as we speculated. But, as you've heard, Aventurine has his finger pointed at the Galaxy Ranger.
Novidade.
I can't fathom why he'd draw that conclusion, but given his access to the IPC's intelligence network, we should seriously consider his perspective. Moreover, I believe Miss ACHERON is also hiding something.
Não sei se ela tá escondendo algo mais. Eu acho que ela tá.
No. In fact, I should say she's hiding everything from us.
Aí você tem um ponto.
It was an unexpected finding from an earlier encounter. With regards to the Annihilation Gang, I can also prove that what Aventurine said was the truth.
Eu não confio muito nesse Aventurine, não. Pra falar a verdade.
That's why, during this golden soiree, she is the dance's centerpiece.
Esse baile.
My take on this might surprise you. In my view, he's a trustworthy individual. Not for any other reason, but because he's an exceptional businessman. In this vast universe, no one values honesty in contracts more than a merchant.
Eu conheço o Sampo, só que ele é um picareta.
But always be on guard, particularly when making agreements with him. Scrutinize the details. Beyond the confines of the contract, your rights are off his radar. He'll go to extreme lengths to ensure his advantage.
Não acredito muito nisso, não. Senhorita Cisne Negro. Não vou perguntar porque essa pergunta é ridícula.
Why, of course. But now is not the time. I know you're confused and sad. Whoever that girl might have been, a living soul, a memory that was meant to last. she simply vanished. Like the dissolution of bubbles in water, disappearing in an instant. No matter what, I hope you can trust Aventurine. Or rather, trust me and see the truth with your own eyes. This can lead us deeper into the secrets behind Penacony.
Todo lugar tem segredos. Não adianta. E também as pessoas, né?
I will protect you. Once I gather more information from him, I'll make sure you're safely returned to your companions.
Tomara.
For the truth, and to prevent more unnecessary sacrifices. It is the right choice.
Eu vou dar um voto de confiança nela.
Later, I'll stay by your side as a mimetic and
Só um voto.
just in case. Time to set off.
Um único votinho pra ela. Vou entrar aí. Não sei, já sei o que eu faço.
Go and meet Aventurine, or I could still choose not to help.
Aqui não posso ir, deixa eu ver se tem algo aqui. Não. E eu não posso vir pra cá, né? É. Não posso. Como eu já suspeitei. Aqui também não tem nada. Aqui não pode passar. Pronto. Agora vamos conversar com esse tal de Aventurine.
Excellent. I knew you would come. By the way, about that memo keeper... Never mind. I won't press the issue further.
Melhor.
I've said before you can liaise with your companions, or even twist the narrative against me. I'll wholeheartedly embrace it. It signifies your potential.
Sei.
I don't do deals where I'm on the losing end. So, my friends, don't let me down.
Vamos ver se isso é verdade.
Please, this way, if you will. Oh, right. I remember mentioning something after that. What was it again? A familiar hallway, a familiar room. Do you remember? Last time we met was right here.
É, quero que eu lembre. É pra ir pra lá, hein? Acho que é.
This is it. Just beyond this door. Take a deep breath and get ready. Oh, I remember. My friend. After that, we played an enjoyable game.
Se for pra você esse jogo, que foi divertido, pra mim não foi.
Tell me, doesn't this feel eerily familiar?
Assustador não, mas familiar sim.
I remember everything now. This was what I told you at that time. Look, friend. The game has already begun. Allow me to make you an offer. One you can't refuse. No reason to choose otherwise. And no other choices.
Então era isso. Cutscene nova.
Brother,
Welcome back. How is your preparation for the performance coming?
It's fine. Don't worry.
It's fine? This is not good. You're the pride of the family. Don't let those unnecessary emotions affect your perfect pitch.
No. Brother, you seem to be in low spirit. What's happened? Is it because of the Watchmaker's guest list?
Yes, I received the report that death had taken some of them. Perhaps someone was behind it.
Isso é novo.
I'm sorry, I forgot you just came back. You probably wouldn't know about it. Somehow, a nightmare called death has descended upon Penacony, striking indiscriminately, bringing spiritual death to all equally.
Isso é pra mim tudo novo.
In the utopian dreamscape envisioned by the family, such sorrowful incidents shouldn't arise. It profoundly undermines the equilibrium and serenity of the dreamscape. How detestable.
I can't believe this has happened. Was someone killed again?
Yes, there were two. One was a stowaway, the other... was you. That's enough, fool. Your deeds have saddened me.
Pretty sharp, aren't you, chicken-winged boy?
The Odes of Harmony talks about honesty. The words of a fool begins with foolishness and end in treacherous arrogance. Please leave. Their dreamscape doesn't welcome you.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Why so serious with all the quotations and references? I'm just curious. Now things have come to this. Is the family still unwilling to fight? I mean, your darling sister's already a goner, right? Really? Don't tell me you're not craving a little vengeance.
It's not yet time. When the fated day arrives, I shall mete out justice with unyielding righteousness.
Wow, you can endure that much? Truly a heart of ice you've got there. Hey, maybe we could actually get along.
Isso tudo pra mim é novidade. Duas pessoas morreram, uma clandestina e a outra é a irmã dele.
How about this? I'll stand in for your dear sister at events. Surely you don't want the world to hear the Charmony Festival's been called off.
The family has a plan. And do not dishonor my dear sister with your deceitful tongue again, fool.
All right. Just putting it out there. If you're ever in a pinch, remember, I've got your back. I mean, who could resist a guy rocking spikes on his wings?
There's no need. The malefactor has been exposed under their radiant gaze, and will soon fall by their own machinations.
Isso é novidade.
Should the transgressor fail to turn away from this path, their sword will be honed, their bow strung, causing the malevolence the perpetrator spreads to befall them.
Mas de quem ele tá falando eu não faço ideia.
And when that time comes, the heathen will realize they're but a mere mortal, doomed to descend into the netherworld. And I will join their vanguard to announce this good news to you personally, Watchmaker.
De novo esse relojoeiro.
Nice.
Tá uma mensagem. Tá. Responde as mensagens aqui. De novo. Tá. Tem algumas missões para fazer. Tá, vamos falar com ele primeiro. Então vamos falar com ele. Depois de pegar esse livro.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time?
Não faço ideia.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Novidade.
What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
Eu tenho uma coisa chamada harmonia. Que não sei se você já viu. Que é a espada. Acho que é uma espada diferente. De uma tal de Alicia Hand.
Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait.
Eu sou uma pessoa que não acredita facilmente nos outros não, tá? Por isso que eu respondi isso.
I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from ACHERON. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Talvez.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
Não é comigo não, é com a Rimeko. É ela que resolve, não é eu não.
I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way, they've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death.
Acho que tem como resolver só matar a morte e tudo acaba.
It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser.
É fácil falar.
That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means.
Isso vai ser arriscado.
Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table.
Então é isso que você quer fazer.
Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment.
Tô esperando a hora que eu vou ter férias. Isso sim.
This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC.
Essa fala tá estranha.
But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you. the harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals.
Já disse, eu já tenho harmonia já comigo.
You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation. But don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions.
Primeiro tem que falar com a Rimeko. Se ela concordar, eu vou. Se ela discordar, eu não vou.
That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me.
Tá.
Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it.
Tá.
So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Eu queria saber.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
Não coloca estranho nisso.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
Eu também não sei, o cara tá pensando não.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
Tá.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
Tá.
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers. But you're talking about real evil. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern.
Não posso colocar calçando filho dos bois.
As for the other questions, two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone.
Acho que tudo isso foi planejado.
If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over.
Também acho que precisa investigar.
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer.
Tá.
But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her.
Tá bom.
I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before.
Será que essa tá de morte tem uma ligação com alguém?
Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
Tá bom.
Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Tá. Vamos acabar logo com isso. Eu vou primeiro aqui. Tá. Agora aqui. Tá, depois eu vou pra lá.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare.
Tá bom.
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories.
Eu sei disso.
Ah, hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Obrigado.
I also pay great
Pelo
attention
presente.
to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Obrigado.
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
Certo.
What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Mensagens. Tá.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Eu vou pegar esse livro aqui. Depois eu vejo isso.
This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into Polly?
Nem parece tão caótico aqui, né? Do nada. Uma cutscene de diálogo. Tá. Parecendo que vai ser o vídeo. É isso, gente. Encerramos o vídeo por aqui hoje. E não se esqueçam de deixar o like, se inscrever no canal, ativar o sininho das notificações e compartilhar o vídeo para mais pessoas. E eu vou fazer episódios mais curtos de Honkai Star Rail para deixar os vídeos mais dinâmicos para mais pessoas assistirem.
Nice.
Então, até amanhã.